Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about quite unusual release from Miniart. It's a figurine in 1/16 scale, and we get here the Macedonian guards officer from the 3rd century BC. And in 1/16 scale, it might be a fun thing to build for those who like such a large sized figurines. And what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release, so it means you should be able to get it right now in Modelimex webshop, and the kit number is 16038. We have quite nice box art, and well, it's not that huge box, so here is comparison with my hand. And also here on the side we have a small ad for other kits from the same series, and I guess on the opposite side as well. Well, here we also get the small note that the decals are coming from cartograph. So let's open it. It's a top opening box, and as you can see inside we even get the figurine stand, which is nice, and the decals are just fine inside the box. So I'm going to open it right now and we will check everything together. And in the meantime, I can say that you can check other Miniart reviews on my YouTube channel as well. I reviewed plenty of their kits, and vehicles, figurines, whatever you will name, you will find it here. And I have to say that they release a lot of interesting stuff, so definitely check it out. In case you are not familiar with this brand, in case you are, then you can find some new releases reviews on the same channel, of course, as well. So, I would like to start with the decals maybe, because they were on the top. So let's zoom in, maybe open the lenses a bit. And here is the decal sheet. Quite an interesting image straight away. And also you have to be careful while applying such a large symbol. So here you can see comparison with my fingertip. I guess that's the wife portrait to scare all of the enemies away. But if you know more, write in the comment section. I will be happy to learn more history about the these images. Maybe it means something more and my jokes are not exactly appropriate. But next we continue with the model stand. So here you can see it. It comes in this brownish color, and it should mimic the wood, but obviously it's not like the must-have. You can repaint it in whatever paint color you would like to, and I would suggest doing so, because this way you will be able to achieve the finish which you would like to see, and I think it's not such a complex task to do. But as for the plastic parts, here comes the interesting thing, because after all, this is a 1/16 scale, so that's why we get slightly different parts division in comparison with what you are used to see in 1/35 scale. So here, for example, you can see the parts for the figurine, and even the bird is molded separately, and even here you can see the separate hand. Also we have the this is the saber, which is also molded separately, which is quite interesting, because as you can see we have handle here and we have the blade molded separately. And if I flip it over, inside we do not get any guiding elements. So be careful with overall alignment of these body parts, because it will be important to get the smooth connection, and obviously nobody will want to have the figurine which looks like the assembly kit and doesn't remind of the real man. Next we continue with another portion of the spruce. So here we have the shield. Obviously here you will also apply the decal, and I just wonder how it will be size wise. As you can see, it's quite okay, so there are no complaints. And also we have another hand. Here we continue with some equipment parts, and some of them are quite small, so be careful with it. Usually there are no spare parts. And here we have, for example, the spear, and also quite an interesting molding quality, I would say. So it might be required to clean up the molding here, because it's visible that the molding gap is going through the whole rod. But I don't think it's such a difficult task. It's doable with the sharp knife. And here you can see more of the small parts. Let's flip it over, and inside, as you can see, the shield is empty and the hand is also not that much detailed. Well, for the shield, I would recommend probably to do the leather handle, because as far as I remember, that's what was inside, and it might be a nice touch in this scale, and in this size I think it will be a noticeable upgrade and it should be added there because otherwise it will look really strange. Here we continue with the torso parts. Also those are the feet, and also here you can see the legs. So basically those two parts will have to be combined together. And again, if I flip them over, even the body parts, they do not have the guiding elements, so be careful with this stuff. It's quite important to have the really nice connection between them. And as you can see, I'm moving to other parts and it's pretty much the same design. And this might be explained because we do not get the exactly modern plastic. And if you get me a second, I will try to actually Google it in the meantime, because I wonder when the original plastic came out, because some modders were saying that they actually know it, but I'm checking and it's actually a new tool, so this is quite interesting. And maybe this is because of the small run, and that's why we have such parts design. But note that we also get the several versions of the head. That's what I was looking at. And this is a really cool feature, because I think in this scale it's always good to have more options and not to resort only to one. And I think this is exactly why 1/16 scale was introduced, because you should be able to get more fitment options, more position options, just like the action figurines. And here, as you can see, it comes in terms of the head, and also we have various equipment as far as you can see, so this is also a nice touch, and it might be handy also for some build ideas too. And the sculpting quality, if we talk about it, well, some of the features, for example, this armor, it might be deepened a bit, but it's not, again, such a hard task to do. And I think for experienced modelers who are building large-scale figurines, it's not something unusual, and they will stop assembling model because of this. But obviously you should keep it in mind, because, well, this is not something I see as the beginner's build. This is more something I see as suitable for the modelers who already assembled some large-scale models of the figurines, or maybe even the 1/35 scale figurines in a very good quality, with the high details level, and also with a very convincing finish. So here we continue with the assembly manual. As you can see, on the first page we have the parts map, no history note unfortunately, so my question, if you know more about such guardians, stays, and you can write it in the comment section. And here on the opposite side you can see the marking guide. So that's exactly what I was talking about. As you can see, we have the handles. Probably they will be replicated with the plastic, but this middle part, well, I would rather replicate it with the tape and combine it with the plastic part, but this is already your decision. Maybe it's also possible to find some PE parts of the suitable thickness and width, so that you can install it here. And also here you can see the guard from the opposite side. By the way, notice that on the marking guide we have the shield with the various damage and even blood. So this is also a good build idea. I think in 1/16 scale it would look impressive. But as for the whole kit, I think it's a great purchase for modelers who would like to build something different from the common topics, I would put it this way. And the price is quite reasonable, so obviously I will be happy to hear your opinion, so write it in here in the comment section below. And if you would like to buy it, go to Macedonian, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.